My name is Raminta Lampsatis. That's a Lithuanian name. I come from Lithuania, but I also have a connection to the United States because Chicago was the exile capital of Lithuania when it was occupied by the Soviet Union, by the Russians. And so I have a double passport, and I did part of my studies in the United States. Then I went to the Mozarteum in Salzburg, and then I got my PhD in Berlin. I'm now a professor in Hamburg, which is important for vocal studies. Of all the schools in Europe, number 1 is London and number 2 is Hamburg. And the good thing about Germany is that all the universities are free for foreign students and for Germans. So it might be interesting for you, if you want to do a PhD, you can do a master's or PhD in English, German, French, or Italian in Germany, and it is absolutely free and good qualification. It's something that is interesting. Many people think you have to learn German. Oh, could I speak a little bit slower? Fine, good. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay, I will just speak slower. Fine. So I work with opera, art song, early music with ornamentation, modern music, and also women composers. Because this is the year of Clara Schumann, I'm doing a seminar and also many concerts with women composers. And we included Brazilian women composers. Maybe you know Wagner Moreira from Belo Horizonte. Everyone thought he was wonderful. He did 4 women composers. And Luciana de Monteiro gave him the music. So these are the things I think are important. I think Mozart is important because you hear everything. The smallest thing you hear in Mozart, and every agent who wants you for opera, every time you audition, you must do Mozart. So that's why I trained everyone to do at least 1 aria of Mozart. I am also, so after the master's degree, if you want to do a doctorate in performance, that's possible, but many people after their master's degree go to agents and want to audition for opera. So important for agents of opera is that you have 5 arias that are very, very good. And one of them has to be in German, one has to be in Italian, and the other 3 can be in French, in Italian, in English, or in Russian. But these 5 have to be really good. And you're selling yourself as a product. So you have to have, your picture has to look like the pieces you're singing. Your biography has to look good, and the type you take on from the computer has to look like what you are singing. You can't have a floored kind of computer script. It has to be very clear. And then, so all of these things are important. And what else I wanted to say? Yes, when I was here, everyone had 1 or 2 classes. I worked on position, body connection, and support, and opening the chest and opening the ribs. That was very important, just to be open, to be relaxed. And then I worked also on phrasing and different languages. And one problem that many people had was that they didn't have the high position. So it's like wearing a carnival mask. You have a high position. Your nose must be open, and then the transition between middle and high voice is called passaggio. This transition must be very delicate. That's what I worked with. It's a different set of muscles, and you have to be lighter with these muscles than on the high notes where you give your whole power. So these were some of the things I worked on. Also, how do you announce your pieces? How do you walk? In the role that you sing, you must know where you are, who you are, what happened before, and what happened after. And are you alone on the stage? Are you talking to someone? Are you communicating? And what emotion do you have at that moment? Yes. So I do a lot of master classes. The next one is in China. It will be at the Central Conservatory in Beijing. We had a guest student, a very good dramatic tenor, in Germany, and he is doing his master's exam, only Mozart. He's doing everything from Ferrando to Tito and Idomeneo, and then I'll be doing a masterclass on Mozart. I also do concert tours to Lithuanian castles. I'm going to New York tomorrow. In New York, I have about 20 singers I work with. I also work at the Juilliard School and at Manhattan School of Music and Mannes School of Music. What do I do there? They have such wonderful teachers. What they don't have is someone who prepares them for auditions in Europe. Where do you get a job? With Trump, there's no job in the United States. It's impossible. He cut all the funding for the arts. So where do you go? You go to Europe. So how do you prepare to sing in Europe? You have to know which agent is good for you, when you go, what you wear, how you look, how your biography looks, how your hair looks, how your shoes look. All these things you have to train. And in the United States, it's free. You think, oh, I can sing Carmen, I can sing Tosca. You mix everything up. And that is not acceptable in Europe. In Europe, you are a product, and you are sold as a product in one kind of, you're a lyric tenor, or you're a dramatic tenor, you're a low bass, or you're a bass baritone, you're a dramatic soprano, or you're a light soprano, you're a coloratura, or you're a dramatic coloratura. You can't mix up. In the United States, they say, I don't care, I can sing everything. Well, they don't get a job. So they also, some of them listen to me, some of them don't. The ones who listen get jobs, the ones who don't have to come back and pay for the trip one more time. Yeah. So we're trying to get agents to come to Brazil also, and I will let you know, or Professor Luciana de Monteiro will let you know. You can maybe meet the agents, see what they're like, and they will also give a question and answer session with students. How is it to audition for opera, for music in Europe? Most of the auditions are for Germany, because Germany has 73 opera houses. And they're looking for young people, because young people are less expensive than older people with experience. So they want to save money and take young talent. Plus, young talent looks good. You have to be beautiful now and handsome. You have to look good. The men have to look like Jonas Kaufmann, and everyone has to look good, look cool, and act and sing. It's not enough to sing, you have to act also. So these are the kind of thoughts I told the people here, and I think everyone looks good and everyone sings good. So let's continue now. Thank you.